This one's always dark. Good morning. Today's our first day of 30 Days of Wellness. And I'm actually going to just do an intro of my plan, my 30-day plan. There we go. It's a little bright in here. And there you go. I'm going to be doing multiple lives. So let's see. Let's see how this works today. I'm going to try it out. All right, cool. So I got a live here. I'm crazy. Happy Sunday. All right. I'm excited for today because I've been psyching myself up for it for about a month. So that actually doesn't look bad. Okay. We are good to go, y'all. We are just doing this. Wait, I think that's the same one. Let me check that. Okay. We knew this was going to happen. Give me a few minutes to get my technology together. There we go. All right. I have 30 days till my birthday, y'all. And this is an important year for me. I call it my Jesus year. So I'll be, stop it. All right, we're doing this good. Okay, we're rolling. Oh, good. Okay, everything's rolling. If you could see the situation right now, you would see why it took me a minute to get this set up. Are you feeling motivated this morning? I really never had this many screens. I got 3 screens, y'all. But I'm trying to get used to it as well because I'm going to be setting up some different cameras on different days while I'm doing my 30 days of wellness. So it's really going to be a vlog experience. And you know me, I set everything up intentionally. So even with this, I broke it into 4 weeks. And so each of those 4 weeks, we have mental health, right? So that's the first week because I feel like that's the most important thing. It is the most important thing. So whether you're talking about sexual wellness, you're talking about emotional health, it all starts with mental health, right? It's all part of the foundation. So I'm going to start the first week off with that. And I'm excited that my sister is going to be joining me on Wednesday. So we're going to do a Zoom call on Wednesday. And one of the things we're going to talk about is dating, right? Relationships, because things are definitely changing. You know, things are not like they used to be. And there already is a struggle to connect, a struggle to feel human, you know, feel real. I think that's the thing, is be real in your relationships. Because we can have a relationship, you know, we can maintain a situationship for a while, you know, get some joy out of it, but real relationships and how to cultivate those and nourish them, you know, starting with the one with yourself is really important. So you guys have seen my body wellness. One of the slogans that I use is for the love of skin. And when I say for the love of skin, I'm not really talking about, you know, just taking care of it so it looks nice. Part of the reason skin does look nice is because it's reflecting what's on the inside, or it's reflecting a very high skincare budget. That could be a thing too, right? But usually, you know, you talk about a glow, talk about being happy, loving yourself. That is something that shines from within, and you'll notice it too. Like when you're, you know, in a good mood or you're feeling good within yourself, people are gravitating towards you. Like they're either want to just talk to you and tell me your whole life story, or they just want to acknowledge and share that glow. So during these 30 days, I have really couple goals. So I want you guys, if you're going to join me on this, all you gotta do to join me is just watch the videos, right? So they'll be posting on Wednesday. I'll be doing Q&A, and I already have a lot of questions in the queue, just based on wellness, sexual wellness, energy medicine. So we're just gonna start with those. But really this week, I wanna share the things that I've experienced. Like, I think the biggest learning that we all do is through experience, right? You can read a book to you, go blind, but if you don't actually experience or have that, have the opportunity to test the knowledge that you know and implement it into your life, right? The wisdom that you gain, um, then it doesn't, doesn't really do much. So it's really about putting intentional action into what we know we want to cultivate. And one of the things that I've been wanting to do is just get more comfortable and talking to the camera. And it's like now I'm feeling the nervousness. And I was telling Shalom, like every time I do a live, I get nervous. Can you believe that? I've done this 1,000 times. And I get nervous and my mouth gets dry and I just, it starts that way, but then it gets easier. And the reason I feel that too is that nervousness is the vulnerability of being on the camera, especially when you do lives. Like this is like, there's no editing to this. So there's definitely a vulnerability to it. And just talking about myself, there's something to, learn from spending your time as for work, helping people with what they're dealing with, talking to them about what's going on with them, offering advice, all those things. And so you can kind of forget or just, disconnect with the part of you that is that person that's sharing all that. And so I'm putting myself in that seat and it feels good. It's pushing some new boundaries. But before I go to Ghana, which is first week of December, I want to feel like Superwoman. And I know what I feel like when I feel like Superwoman, which is just my energy level is a lot higher. And I know all y'all, and not all everybody, but a lot of us have experienced a slump during quarantine. And my slump comes from more work, here in the back end, whether it's websites, making content, research, building things that can distract you from moving, right? Just not moving as much. A lot more sedentary. And then also when you get into a zone, a mental zone, you don't drink water as much, so you have to set up different ways for you to get your nutrition and your nutrients. So for me, it's all about building a system that works for you. And it's always hard to make something new, put something new into your life and think it's going to just work the first time. Well, I'm trying to turn this. There you go. Oh, it's crooked, but I think it'll do. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm going to do some waves. Good morning, OC Doc Laura, Sir Christopher, Pascal, good morning. I got 2 lives going. Jihae, my girl. Good morning. Good morning, Tara. So thank you guys for joining me. Oops. I thought I ended it. So if you guys are here this morning, then maybe you are also feeling like accomplishing some goals by the end of the year. Most people usually do that, but there's a way to do it with group support, accountability that makes it a lot more easier. And I'm going to go through my plan for it, right? So like I was saying, we have the mental health week, which is this week. My sister's going to be joining me and we're going to be talking about mental health surrounding dating, and as 2 Black women that's grown up in Orange County. Me and my sister definitely share the same, share a similar experience of how dating was here. But then also thinking about the mental aspect of that. When I don't know if you guys remember this, it depends on, your age, but there was definitely a certain era in the dating realm where Black women were at the bottom of the barrel per se, right? As far as you would look on the dating apps at the profiles of a guy you might be interested in, and then you would see not into Black chicks, prefer Asian Latinas. So things like that, right? So imagine being a young Black girl and looking for somebody, to date, or, looking for people that you're interested in, and you see these things. That means like, you don't qualify. You're not good enough. You're this, you're that. You're, a lot less than this. This is my top choice, not you. So over time, these things get reiterated, and it has an effect on not just how you see yourself, but how you conduct your relationships. And so I'm going to talk more about that on Wednesday when my sister comes in. And it's going to be good. All right. And then so the next week after that is going to be the emotional intelligence. And I talk about that all the time, but there's really no way to learn it than to experience it. So I'm just going to share some of the things that I've experienced, really feeling emotions, like feeling them. And while I'm feeling them, creating more space for them versus trying to distract them or make them go away, push them down. And that's just been like, didn't even realize that I did that you have resistance to feeling emotions, especially if they're intense. And so my approach to emotional intelligence is really let it be, and there's some very like distinct moments where I allowed the emotion to be, or I felt in that moment like I'm fighting this, or I'm trying to make it go away, where I could just chill, let it be, observe, see what wisdom is in this emotion. So I'm going to talk about that the second week. And then the third week is we're going to go into sexual wellness. And that ties into the mental, the emotional wellness, right? But sexual wellness, especially dealing with sex, right? Like my vagina's come a long way. It's come a long way as far as how she experiences her life, how she experiences her intimacy, right? And her is me. I am my vagina. We are one. But that's something that I want to share, because it's important to know, especially when we're feeling these things, that you're not the only one. You're not different in a way that makes you weird or bad or unhealthy, imbalanced, all those things. It's important to know that most of the things we feel is normal. That's why you're feeling them. It's a natural thing, right? You're not doing anything out of the ordinary. So by sharing more, I've been asking for inspiration, asking my spirit guides to help me, just to give me the strength and the wisdom of, and the motivation, the drive to let what's in out, because I have an inner teacher voice that she never shuts up, and I think she'll shut up because she wants me to get some of those things out. So we're gonna let her shine. And then the last week, so sexual wellness, I'm gonna have another guest on there. That's gonna be actually a family meeting, and that one, kind of nervous for that one. But we're gonna do it because it's really important. Just from talking more to my family, because I didn't really grow up with them. I grew up here in California. They stayed in Detroit. So I'm from Detroit. In case y'all didn't know, I'm from Detroit. So now talking to them more, putting attention, having some more conversations on the phone, getting to know my cousins, and also getting to know more about who raised me and my mother, and the backstory behind what I experienced as a child, seeing the perspective of her as a person, right? Seeing my aunt as a person, not the adult that, did this or didn't do this. And a lot of us have come to that realization as adults. Like, grew up mad and angry that we didn't get this from our parents, or they weren't there at all. And as an adult, if you learn or get the opportunity to really learn who they were as a person, then you start to see them like, oh, okay, like you were doing the same thing I'm doing now, which is trying to live my life and trying to, and just learning. You know, we're not trying to live our lives. We are like living our lives. Unless you're dead, you're doing it. Good job. So it's been really eye-opening for me to talk to my family and talk more to people that can shine a light on who we are as a unit, as a generation, who we are as a community, because that's how you heal. You have to start from the inside. And I feel like a lot of us identify as Black sheep, or they're the odd one in their family, tend to shy away and just like disconnect. We love to disconnect and just cut people off if they're not, you know, in alignment with what we want to talk about and do right now. But really, a lot of those disconnections that we make, and it's pushing people away from really getting to know us and us getting to know ourselves. So it's important, if you do feel that you've been pushing away relationships or opportunities to get to know more about your family, about who you are, about where you come from, then it's time to stop doing that. Recognize that resistance and just like slowly fall into it. You know, we'll talk more about that on the emotional intelligence week. And so the last week, I didn't finish that thought with sexual wellness, but that week my aunt will be there, and my sister. So we're gonna talk. I don't really know exactly what it's gonna be about per se, but I know that it will be medicine for us and a lot of other people. And then road to leaving to Ghana on the first week of December. That wasn't even on tempo, but I'll be there for my birthday. My birthday's on the 9th. So shout out Sagittarius. I'm actually triple fire, in case y'all didn't know. And I'm grateful, you know, I'm the right person to be a triple fire. I can handle it. The universe knew that. And I'll be preparing that week before. Well, I'll be preparing, you know, probably like a week before. Last minute. But I'm going to share with you how I'm preparing, what I'm getting, things I have to, documents or anything I have to get. I know I have to get a COVID test. So I'm not trying to. That's something that, you know, I'm saying less of is trying to. I'm going to quarantine before I go for about 2 weeks so that my trip is more secure. Because even though you feel fine, you can still test positive and, you know, there's your trip. So I'm going to play it safe in quarantine, which is good because it means I can be here in the studio making videos and sharing stuff with you. So did you see my studio? I made this studio as far as decorated it. There's a wall of vinyl. I'm trying to show all the cameras. There's a wall of mass loaded vinyl. There's what it is, MLB. So that's on that wall because we wanted to insulate the sound and stuff. And then the camera or the piano's over there, the keyboard. That right there is a theremin. I looked long and hard for the instrument. You guys see my theremin? It's right there. So I'll play that one day. It's basically like a instrument that you don't touch. You just play the airwaves. You play the antenna. One's the volume and one's the thing. So over here, can you see this one? There you go. So we did all that. Then we hung the brass. And then all these panels right here, these Ankara print panels, we made 3 of them. So you see the blue ones over there. We made those too. So made the frame, padded it with stuff that you use for noise cancellation, and then covered it in fabric, and then hung it up. So it's beautiful in here, and I made it with the intention of using it. It's my creative space. I can't hear anything else if the door's closed. And also I'll be recording here too, so you can see that. So I got my mic. I'll be doing some of my blogs, some of my lives, and we finished that probably like 2 months ago. So it's ready, y'all. I've been working on this physically, mentally, and emotionally for a while, preparing a physical space to make stuff. It's like, is that my nipple? So the other day, I made a video, and I realized after when I was about to edit the video that My areola was in the video. I was like, should I just leave this? And I was like, nah, it's distracting. So here we go. Just a little tangent. And then also while I'm in Ghana, I'm really excited to be a lot more adventurous there this time. Last time I went there, I was like introducing myself to the people, the environment, the money, the how everything works. And so now that I'm comfortable, I want to go like see some waterfalls. I want to go hiking. Yeah, just be out more and um, swim some more. Like I've never swam in any ocean like I did in Ghana Ocean. Actually threw my shoulder out. Like I did my backstroke, which I don't think I'd done it so long that when I got there and I was doing it so excited, like I messed up my shoulder. It's fixed now, actually, but I cannot wait to go back in there. So yes, if you guys are going to join me on this challenge, then I want you to think of 1 to 3 goals. So I say 1 to 3 because this is 30 days. You're not trying to do too much, right? Let's be practical. Like I said, my goal is to get back into my superwoman mode. So you'll see me working out, doing my meditations. Most of them I'll do in here. Actually have it all ready. You can see it. It's like all my instruments are there. And you see it? There you go. So I did some, I'm actually producing right now with those instruments. So I was working with those yesterday and creating my own loops, making a meditation song. You're gonna love it. So I wanted to premiere my video, but I don't have the best quality of the file. So I'm gonna just post it once I get a better quality of the file today. But it looks really good, y'all. The video was just, we filmed it twice and I'm just, yeah, I'm happy we filmed it twice though, because the first one was like a dress rehearsal. So when we did the second time, it was like blah, 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 like order. I like to do things in order. I don't like craziness and disorganization, order. And I really think, I have a new rule in the future is if I'm going to work with somebody, whether it's in, business or a project, just like I do with work when we do our coaching sessions, is we meditate first. So I like to start my meetings with meditation. I would start work with meditation. If anything, somebody that doesn't really meditate a lot, I'll just be like, okay, let's have a moment of silence and set some intention. And that alone helps people get more centered and focused. Good morning. Boatin', I'm gonna see you in Ghana again. You gonna be there? Oh, you just got the grass wall. I am happy I have all my vaccines. I'm ready to go. And I'm bi-coastal. I don't know if you guys knew that. I just came out, but I'm bi-coastal. So I'm gonna be living here and in Ghana. So I'll be going back and forth. So it's not, I'm going as a visitor. I'm actually going to set up living, right? Set up a new home. And, my family's here. Everybody I know is here. Business is here. So being bi-coastal is something that I've always dreamed of. And I didn't really have a time date on it. So it's perfect timing, as always, that it's happening now. And just being there too, like I'm looking forward to the air just being open and clean. Everybody on the billboard looks like me. Like the sense of identity there is like, I would think if I went to somewhere like Philly, I would have a similar experience as far as saturation of Blackness and Black culture and identity. And you don't really understand or realize that being in America all these years, that all these ads and billboards, it's talking to the variety of people, that are there, or it's actually talking to the people they think they're going to buy their stuff, right? But when you go to Africa, when you go to Ghana, all the billboards is Black people. And I'm like, oh, you're talking to me. You want me to buy that. Okay. And so it's one of those small things that really like clicked in your mind, like, oh shit, this is different. And what else? Yeah, so your mouth is being dry. How y'all doing? It's your turn to talk. Yes, we have people in the morning. Good morning, everybody. So if you just joined, did you get your 3 goals? 1 to 3, I'm sorry. 1 to 3 goals for this week, this month. And my intention is just to work on my goals and share with you as I do it. And that brings like inspiration. You know, it brings inspiration because I know I watch certain people. I'll see somebody post about, you know, going for a run. And next thing you know, Miles is outside running. And it's because, also because I choose to let those things inspire me. And those are things that you got to set up for yourself as well, because different things inspire you, right? So sometimes there needs to be like a motivational video you watch in the morning to get you going. Sometimes there's a certain song that you watch and a certain song you listen to and that gets you going, right? There's a certain work mode song. There's a workout song. There's a I'm sad in this relationship song. There's a lot of different things we do. So find something that motivates you. If it's the concept of people, you know, doubting you, that works for a lot of people. Is the fact that, you know, it's not expected, you know, or it's something that you haven't done before, like surprise yourself. And challenges are really a good way to set yourself up for better mental health. It doesn't matter what the goal is. It can be as small as, you know, I wanted to lose an inch off my waist, or I wanted to, you know, start writing the first chapter of my book. Whatever it is, when you make a goal that's really doable and you set it up so that you can do it, you know, you have your actual plan of action in place where it's like, okay, this is in my schedule. Like I have time for this. I have time mentally for this. I have time physically for this. And you have to build your own system that works for you. You can't wait for somebody to come and implant a system for you. There's a certain resonance that people have, certain ways they learn, right? You have some people learn visually, like myself. Some people learn through reading. Some people learn through doing it. And so you have to learn also your way, not of just learning, but your way of being motivated. What motivates you? Some people are motivated by money. So maybe you need to set up some monetary challenge for yourself, you know? Some people are motivated by competition with others. So set up a bet, set up a competition with somebody where there's a mutual benefit of, even if I lost the $50 or whatever, I'm still challenging myself, right? And I've done all the different kind of goals. I bet money, I've done, you know, different things to challenge myself. But really my biggest motivator is bringing it outside of myself and really connecting with your part in the world, your part in your world. Understanding how you create ripples, right? And we all create ripples every single day. And also the different kind of ripples that you can create, right? So being very intentional about what kind of ripples you want to create in yourself that affect your environment around you, the people that you encounter, the world around you. And I mean, we got a lot of awareness around political change and things that need to change. But really at the end of the day, the first thing that needs to change for any of those things to change is you. You have to change how you think, how you act, right? If that's what you need. So it's be the change, right? We always say that, but really, how are you being the change on a daily basis? And it's not a question to make you feel down, like I'm not doing enough, but it's a question to make you really be aware of every day that life is precious and that you choose how you spend each day, right? But then if you think of what your goals are, who you are as a person, like each of those days is a chance to reiterate that, to build upon that, to shine that light out that's inside of you. And it creates ripples. And when you know that that has value, when your life has value, when your growth has value, then you'll want to do better, right? Knowing that somebody is rooting for you, knowing that your community reflects the greatness in you and wants to see that come out, not that your community wants to see you, fall and fail and struggle. No, like we need to cheer each other on. We need to be each other's best cheerleader. If you're in a relationship, you and that person need to be each other's best cheerleader. We need to have an environment that reiterates the fact that you can do what you want to do, that it's not something that's unobtainable. And I think limitations, when we think of self-limiting thoughts, they can be really subtle. You think, I don't say negative things to myself. I don't, say I'm a piece of shit or anything like that, but I don't recognize my greatness. I don't recognize the things that I have accomplished. I don't recognize the fact that even though I feel like I haven't done enough or I'm not where I thought I was going to be, like, I'm still working, right? And that's success right there. Success is progress, and that's just learning, growing, right? If you do something and you continue to learn how to do it better, whether it's even just life, it's work, but wanting to have better, feel better, do better, that will in itself, I feel like, is the jewel inside you that you need to connect with. And I used to think that that was something special about me, but really everybody can have that. It's in there, right? It's just about how connected you are to it. But there's an innate part in us that knows better, can do better. And all this information on here, y'all, we know a lot, right? We're over, informed, but it's so much. Now, how do you implement that? How do you put that wisdom into action? And like, I ask myself that all the time. And it's because I do feel that conviction. And it's a very positive conviction. It's not like it's a heavy conviction that I want to do better. I want to feel alignment. I want to just be, and a lot of times you don't have to do anything great for that. Just being is being happy with who you are and feeling like you are who you are, not that you're being somebody else. And I feel at this point, coming up to my Jesus year, that I'm really solid in who I am and my purpose, what I want to do, what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything different than I've always wanted to do. I've always been in nature, trying to figure out how things work and take better care of myself and live in harmony with nature. Like, that's all we're doing. But I hope through this 30 days of wellness that it does help all of us, do better, because we do know better. We know a lot, and I want us to be able to put into action and enjoy it and be there as a support and cheerleader. Yeah, cheer each other on. Like, it feels good when we get compliments or when we get acknowledgement for the things we do. And oftentimes, we want to harden ourselves and say, I don't need no validation from anybody. I don't need you to tell me I'm this and that. I know that. Excuse me. But acceptance is part of our human nature. It really is. Being part of a community, right? Part of that is acceptance. And so doing things like not being yourself or not spending your energy the way that you want to do for the happiness of others is not so abnormal, right? It's about being aware of how you are sacrificing who you are and what you want for that love and acceptance, right? Because in reality, we don't have to do anything for it. It's already ours. It's being alive. The love is there, right? Our existence is love. And even growing up as a kid, when they used to say God is love, to me, it was like, I'm trying to think about, okay, how do you put love into a person? Like, what does it look like? Or, it was really, it didn't match up as far as the idea that I was presented with it. But when I try to make it my own, I was like, okay, so if everybody's loved, like even this person over here doing this and this person doing that, everybody's loved, then love must be something that has nothing to do with how we live our lives and what we think, what we do in the dark. Can't have anything to do with that if everybody is loved, right? Everybody deserves love. So from my conclusion, I feel that love is existence. And when, in science and nature, when masculine and feminine energy comes together, that's when you create life. It comes into existence. So every day we are living in the masculine and feminine energy flow and creating life. And whenever we're out of that balance, we'll notice we're not creating life. And you feel that. You feel that lack of accomplishment coming from you. And accomplishment is not so much big things that you could brag about. It's the feeling of living life, producing. And it's natural to us having masculine and feminine energy in us, flowing with creative energy, creation energy, creator energy, that we're going to want to do it intuitively, right? Instinctually, we're going to want to create. And so lack of creation, I connect to lack of accomplishment. And if we can set up little goals for ourselves and accomplish them and continue to work on things that bring us enjoyment, then you've accomplished things. Your mental health improves. You continue to feel like you are producing life. And as humans, that's our call. We have to produce life. And it's not just babies. You're producing life every day. You're producing your life. Right? You're giving birth to your life at every moment. So that's our call as humans, to stay in that creative mode. Or not even just stay in it, but to connect with it. Because sometimes the creative mode ebbs and flows, right? Just like with fertility, just like with periods. We have moon times. We have times where the pH is better for pregnancy and when it's not. So same thing with our energy body. There's seasons where creation are at a higher, greater flow, right? And time for restoration and rebuilding, restoring life force to continue to create. Those seasons come as well. So when you really know yourself and you continue to pay attention to how you feel in these different situations, it just makes you feel okay with being you. It makes you feel good with being you, because you understand there's no crazy shit going on, and it's literally your experience of energy and vibrations flowing through you at every moment. So I'm excited because I've always been really good at challenges. Yeah, so it's a good time. Let's do these 30 days, y'all. Like I said, my goal, you might see me snatching the shape a little bit more than now. And the reason for that is not for weight reasons. I don't particularly worry about my weight. For me, it's comfort and speed. So as long as I'm strong and agile, and things are not rubbing together, like thigh shaping, I'm good. So for me, it's just about toning up, and also toning up mentally. Because there is a lot of things going on. And so it's really important to manage your energy mentally, which means take a rest. You gotta rest your brain. So we're gonna do a meditation to close this out, y'all. Let's see, do I have an OnlyFans page yet? You know what, I don't have an OnlyFans, and I don't plan on getting one. Yeah, so good morning, good morning. All right, y'all, we're gonna close this out with a meditation. So if you have not followed me on YouTube yet, make sure you subscribe to Green Body Wellness. I'm streaming it right now, so all these things are gonna be on there automatically. So if you miss any of the lives, they'll be YouTube. And also, if you have not followed It's Green Body yet, follow It's Green Body. That's where I'm gonna be doing my daily postings and videos. And yeah. And then as soon as I get that video file, I'm gonna show you Too Blessed. Too Blessed. That song too. I've been using that song, even though it's already recorded, it's out. I've been using that song to practice and working with my vocal coach. So it's it's like one of those moments as an artist where you're like, I could do better, but I'm like, no, it is as it is. Like there has to be um, growth is normal, right? So I'm happy that I can really feel and feel complete with something, feel complete with the song, and really let it go and be like, this is beautiful, and I feel whole and I love it. Listen to it all the time. So if you have not listened to it, then you need to do that. Okay. Too Blessed by Green Body Goddess. Um, let's do this meditation, y'all. Yeah, I don't even know which mic this is in today. Okay, this is in the other mic. Cool. I'm not even wearing no damn pants. You know, you just have a meeting, one of those Zoom meetings, and you don't really need to dress from the waist down. That's what we were doing. Oh, you love technology. Technology is great. There you go. No slip ups today. I just got a new book on sound healing. So I'm reading that after I finish up my other book. But I've been reading a lot more books. And you guys ready to meditate? Are you in a position to meditate? Laying down, sitting up. Let's take a deep breath. Exhale. Just continue to observe your breath. Breathe gently. Releasing tension in your shoulders, drums, rhythm. All the way into your breathing. Imagine breathing past your belly button. Deep and release it slowly. Y'all know I don't like talking after my meditations. It's too relaxing. So we're gonna leave it at this. Follow me on YouTube. Anybody want to see, you can see all these lives that we do daily. And then that's it. I don't know if that's anything. Leave it love in everything you do. You got your goals in your mind yet? 1 to 3 goals. Write them down somewhere. If you would like to, you can put them in the comments, and I'll ask you about them on the next video. Talk about accountability, huh? See, I did that. That was a clean delivery. All right. Bye. Bye. I had to say 3 buys. I still got to go to my laptop. And you guys are buying number 2. Oh, wait, you have one more. Okay, last bye. I feel like every time you give us messages, it pertains to what I'm consistently going through in my life. Thank you, Courtney, for always being positively you, encouraging us to continuously grow. You know what? That feels really good. Like that's the kind of love that I'm going to use to motivate me to push through being nervous about these things, or, whatever I feel. Because when I know that it's connecting with other people, like that's the whole point, right? So thank you for sharing that. And that right there puts a smile on my heart. All right. So I'm going to go now. Thank you. I'll see you guys on the next one, which will be, what's today? Wednesday. So I'm going to be here on Wednesdays, Sundays, and then some pop-ups on Fridays, because those are when we're going to do some more Q&As. All right. So I'll see you on Wednesday, 10 a.m. Bye.